Presenters, don't crash the plane. Your participants, your audience members want a smooth landing. Why crash the message you worked so hard to lift off? Conclusions are super important. They help reinforce, tie up, and summarize the essential components of your talk. And in fact, they add credibility or can take it away from your presentation. So in this video, I'm going to do two things. The first is give you 3 guidelines to close your presentation effectively. Secondly, I'm going to give you 3 ways to close. So here are the guidelines. Number 1, close just once. Don't bounce along the tarmac, so to speak, saying, in conclusion, oh, and to summarize, and now I'll end. Just close once. 2, don't just come to a halt in the middle of the tarmac. That's all, folks. 3, give a hint that you will conclude. Say something like, in conclusion, and guess what? Then do it. Make sure that your closure, these are additional guidelines, make sure it's short, it relates to the body of your speech, and that it's inspirational. Here's something that many presenters have not given thought to, and that is it's important to conclude your question-answer segment before you come to the conclusion of the speech as a whole. So close after you do the QA session, not before. Here are the 3 ways to close that I promised you. Number 1, give a call to action. This powerful way of closing almost always works effectively. Passionately seek commitment to a new or changed course. Simply say, when you do blank and blank, you'll see a huge improvement in your staff's attitude. I challenge you to try the tips that I've given in this presentation. 2, you could also return to the opener. Let's say you started with an anecdote or you mentioned a person or some data. Just come back to that. An example would be, well, what happened with Mr. Albright after he blah, blah, blah? Let me tell you in my conclusion. And 3, you could look to the past and future. This one's great too. You could say 5 years ago, the consulting industry, blah, blah, blah. Today, our challenges have changed a lot. To summarize, this is what we must do to meet those challenges. So in this video, I've given you 3 guidelines to close your presentations effectively and 3 ways to close. In conclusion, don't crash the plane. Pilot it so that your participants get everything they can get out of your message and that you retain your credibility and confidence to the very end of your presentation. That's it for now. For more tips and techniques on facilitation, presentation, and training, please visit my website, guilamir.com. See you next time. Bye-bye.